It is time to decide the WCPW Internet title. And normally we say the champion has an advantage, but the strong favorite on this occasion is the challenger. He is on his way to the ring. The technical wizard.
From the unshame category, weighing at 13 1/2 stone, this is ZSJ.
Well, they call him the technical wizard, Dave, but Zack Sabre Jr., in my opinion, is a submission Harry Potter. That's just the caliber of wizard he is. He is a chain wrestling Gandalf. I've run out of wizards, but the last time Zack Sabre Jr. took on Gabriel Kidd, Zack Sabre Jr. picked up the victory, but since then we have seen Gabriel Kidd score his first win. We waited for so long, and now he has that title. Could tonight be the night that Gabriel Kidd overturns that previous loss and beats a true wrestling superstar in 2017?
He is flying high on confidence, is Gabriel Kidd. But confidence alone is not going to get it done here against Zack Sabre Jr. I worry for the future of this young title reign.
From Birmingham, England, weighing at 15 1/2 stone, he is the reigning and defending WCPW Internet Champion, Gabriel.
Well, you said Gabriel Kidd is flying high on confidence. It could have been worse. He could have been flying high on Prince Amin's magic carpet, because Amin obviously missed this venue and went straight over the top of it. He is not here.
You actually believe that magic carpet stuff, do you?
I've seen him. He flies on it.
All right. I don't know what you'd eaten that day, but maybe don't eat it again. Gabriel Kidd, at no regrets, had one of the most emotional moments in WCPW history when he finally snapped that 0-26 losing streak to pin Cody Rhodes and become the Internet Champion. But that seems like a long time ago now as he stares across the ring at Zack Sabre Jr.
And this is where, I hate to say it, Gabriel Kidd has a huge disadvantage. Not just because of how good Zack Sabre Jr. is, but this is where jet lag will play into this. You see, Zack Sabre Jr. is used to wrestling all around the world. He is a jet-setting superstar. This guy goes to Japan, all across Europe, to America regularly. This, as far as I know, is Gabriel Kidd's first overseas match. So the stakes are high, the pressure is on, and he's probably not got enough sleep. You know, sometimes a lack of sleep can make you worse, or sometimes it puts you in that awkward state of awareness and you become better. Only time will tell.
Yeah, Sabre Jr. now resides in New York City, which isn't actually that far from Toronto in the grand scheme of things. As you say, Gabriel Kidd just less than 12 hours ago landed in Canada, flying over from the UK. Yeah, Sabre Jr. has been after this Internet title for some time. He had an opportunity for it at Kirby Mania, in fact, at the start of January against Cody Rhodes. Was unsuccessful on that occasion, but if I'm Sabre Jr., I'm thinking it's a weaker opponent here in Gabriel Kidd than it was in Cody.
I mean, Zack Sabre Jr., you just see by the sheer force of how he applies any time. I mean, normally most people grab a hold or grab a body part. Zack Sabre Jr. wrenches the body part to grab it. It's just a totally different style, and it makes everything he does so effective, so brutal. I mean, Gabriel Kidd, you mentioned, has been here for 12 hours. Most of the guys, you know, went out, did a little bit of sightseeing. Gabriel Kidd went straight to bed because he knows he is in for the fight of his life right here.
Sabre is pulling on the chin. He'll just, I've said this before, but the way that Sabre Jr. just reaches with all of his limbs, just grabs any stray body part and just tortures opponents. It's unlike any other professional wrestler on the planet.
And the most interesting thing for me when you watch Zack Sabre Jr. wrestle is you keep a look on the face, and particularly the eyes, of this man. He is always thinking. Even when he's in pain, you can see the wheels and the cogs turning, because what he's looking for is not a moment's rest for his opponent. He wants to go straight back to another hold. I mean, this guy is an intellectual, a thinking man's professional wrestler. Unlike the likes of which, I don't think we've ever seen. He's that good.
Twisting the head of Gabriel Kidd here as mention that Gabriel Kidd was 0-26. Doesn't really tell the full story because he was very close to some victories against some of the best in the business, including Johnny Mundo and Zack Sabre Jr., as you say. And Kidd's got to think, after that previous match, or several of his previous matches, that he actually does have the talent here, he does have the ability to beat Zack Sabre Jr.
Sabre Jr. is so fast. So fast. And you notice when he's in a hold, he will reach out and touch as many different parts of his opponent's body as possible. It disorientates his opponent. They can't tell if he's going for the head, the arm, the leg, and that's one of the strengths of Sabre Jr. His opponents are so petrified of the thousands of moves and reversals he knows that they just don't know which way they're coming.
See, I'm not sure. Correct me here, as a former wrestler, but if you're Gabriel Kidd here, do you really want to try and take Zack Sabre Jr. on the match?
No.
It seems to me it's a bad plan.
Totally not. But you've got to remember, the last time these two fought each other, Gabriel Kidd mixed it up. And there was a point where he hit that kamikaze crash rolling Samoan, followed by a moonsault from the second rope. And literally, and this is why they call him a wizard, Zack Sabre Jr. caught him in that cross arm breaker while he was in midair with a moonsault. So Gabriel Kidd knows no matter what style he uses, no matter what moves he goes for, Zack Sabre Jr. can get those submissions from anywhere.
Sabre's gone behind with a hammerlock now, grabs a headlock. Gabriel Kidd's been saying throughout his losing streak before he won the Internet title, do not give up on Gabriel Kidd. And these fans certainly aren't. If there is one man who's on such a hot streak that he could beat Zack Sabre Jr. here, it is Kidd.
If I was Gabriel Kidd, and I'm not, but if I was, the strategy I would use would be power moves, heavy hitting offense. Don't allow Zack Sabre Jr. to get into this kind of catch-as-catch-can chain wrestling, but also don't allow your body to be far enough away to be a victim of those kicks. I think the downside to when people wrestle Zack Sabre Jr. is they almost feel like they want to show the rest of the world that they can go toe-to-toe with such a technical wizard. It's a young man's mistake. They get in there, they want to prove that they can wrestle at his level, and then they fall victim to Zack Sabre Jr.'s repertoire of moves.
Look at that though, Kidd just was able to sort of unceremoniously take his ankle out from that hold from Sabre, and Sabre looks absolutely furious at himself. A bit of humiliation there from Kidd, and Sabre Jr. is not going to stand for that.
But how furious was Zack Sabre Jr., or was he luring Gabriel Kidd into a full sense of chain wrestling security?
Well, that's a great question. Zack Sabre Jr. just so many different ways to beat you, not just physical but mental as well. Kidd again is trying to wrestle technically, and he is holding his own, but in the long term you just can't see him winning if this is the kind of match it's going to be. He needs to, as you say, to change things up here and get Sabre onto territory where he's less comfortable.
I mean, credit to Gabriel Kidd. He's going move for move with Zack Sabre Jr. I mean, that is an impressive feat right there.
Bending the fingers backwards. Sabre, you see how quickly Sabre knows the way out. That's the drop toe hold, and Kidd has to grab the ropes.
You know what else I've noticed just watching this? Is every time Gabriel Kidd gets an advantage on Zack Sabre Jr., his focus shifts away from his opponent and shifts towards the crowd, almost him acknowledging the crowd and letting them know he's in control. Zack Sabre Jr., on the other hand, has his eyes firmly fixed on his opponent almost at all times.
Gabriel Kidd, if he does retain the Internet title here, is due for another title defence tomorrow on What Culture Extra as part of Hendry Mania, going to defend against Scotland's Kenny Williams. That match obviously will go ahead regardless, but if Sabre wins the Internet title here, then it won't be for the championship.
My God.
Kidd is, listen to that from Kidd. Absolutely cannot believe the pain that Sabre Jr. has been able to inflict on him.
That twisted in the neck, Dave, if that happened to a normal person, I would feel confident to say that at least a few of those people would have a broken neck as a result of that. I mean, it's the neck strength that pro wrestlers develop over time with constant bridging that prevents that from happening. But a few of those, even to a pro wrestler, oh God, look at that. Double whammy.
Kidd was trying to get to the ropes with his Can he finally does with the other hand, but not before Sabre Jr. has bent those fingers backwards. I physically winced there looking at that. Goodness me. Sabre Jr. again, and this is where we're starting to see. You talked about credit to Kid for going hold for hold with Sabre Jr., but that cannot go on forever. And the longer this goes, the more you're seeing that Sabre takes advantage while we're in this kind of technical sort of contest. Oh, kicking the shoulders. Listen to that. Kid screaming in pain. Sabre hooks the leg into an STF. And now bending the arm backwards. There it is again, just grabbing that stray limb.
And do you know why? Gabriel Kidd there could have reached the ropes to his side, but he didn't want to get his arms closer to Zack Sabre Jr. because they were then prone to be stretched or broken. So Gabriel Kidd stretched his arms away from Zack Sabre Jr., which actually was the furthest length for those ropes. I mean, in a way it was smart, and in another way it made the pain go on for longer.
Well, there weren't a lot of good options there for Gabriel Kidd. This Kidd is just almost looking disheartened here, but he's trying to fight back. But look at determination now from Kidd. Now Sabre got him caught. Sabre bending those arms backwards. Look at Kidd trying to wriggle around onto his front, and finally gets to the ropes. Sabre is frustrated. Sort of throwing those arms away of Kidd like almost in a tantrum. I think this isn't quite the easy day at the office that Sabre Jr. was maybe hoping for. He was thinking it was almost a foregone conclusion that he was going to leave with the internet title.
He could only stay in this for 5 seconds, and a bit of respect for the rules there by Sabre Jr. because he broke that after 2. But Sabre Jr. is almost using Gabriel Kidd as a crash test dummy for every type of pain infliction device known in pro wrestling. Oh!
Kidd fought back with an uppercut there. Kidd with a kind of a reverse suplex in the end. Sabre ends up on his front.
And that's the offense that Gabriel Kidd is going to need to go for, as I said earlier. High impact, all force.
Only just into his 20s is Gabriel Kidd, turned 20 the week before he won the internet title.
Which is incredible when you think about it.
Oh, absolutely remarkable. And Kidd, as you said, very well put together, great strength, possibly has the strength advantage over Sabre. Kidd into the corner. This is better from Gabriel Kidd. Exactly what we were saying. He needs to try for this kind of offense against Zack Sabre Jr. There's a missile drop kick, sends Sabre halfway across the ring, and he might retain here. He might, but he doesn't. Better from Gabriel Kidd.
And I hate to keep pointing out mistakes Gabriel Kidd's making here, but I think going for that pinfall was a mistake because you know Zack Sabre Jr. is as resilient as they come. What he wants to do is capitalise on that momentum he had going and just keep inflicting those powerful, impactful moves for as long as he possibly can. And it looked like he was going to go for it with that kamikaze crash attack. Sabre around the back.
Full Nelson once but twice. Elbow releases that hold. Sabre going to fall in. Oh my God! Fireman's carries a Death Valley driver from Gabriel Kidd, and it was worth 2.5. Gabriel Kidd is starting to believe that he can retain here. Can he fly back to the UK with that championship belt still in his luggage?
But this is where cardiovascular conditioning will play such a vital factor, because I don't think there's anyone I know in pro wrestling that has better conditioning than Zack Sabre Jr. Well, as the match goes longer, he gets stronger, and we're seeing it right here. Oh.
Tornado DDT! And he holds on to the head, now grabs the right arm, twists it backwards. Kidd's gonna have to tap! Kidd's gonna have to tap! New internet champion, surely here, surely!
Look at the eyes popping out of the head of Gabriel Kidd, the champion!
Sabre trying to stop him from wriggling, but somehow stretching his leg as far as it would go. Gabriel Kidd just made the bottom rope. It was a matter of centimetres, millimetres. If he'd been further into the middle of the ring, we would have a new internet champion right now. What a match between Gabriel Kidd and Zack Sabre Jr. here in Toronto for the WCPW Internet Championship. Sabre, that look on his face, like he can't quite believe the resilience of this kid. Kidd is giving as good as he gets on these strikes. And Sabre cranking up the intensity again. Kidd still as good as he's getting. Kidd again comes back with the uppercut. But this is turning absolutely brutal between Sabre and Kidd. Look at this.
Look at the speed of these, Dave. Incredible. Oh,
backslide. Oh, Kidd's got him. Kidd's got him. He only got one. Sabre trying to grab the leg. Kidd rolls through, but Sabre counters. The shoulders are down. Kidd counters instead. Both men trying for pin after pin. It's Sabre Jr. whose shoulders go down in the end, and we are back to our feet. And a slap from an increasingly annoyed Zack Sabre Jr.
And this crowd in Toronto getting an incredible dose of what British wrestling's all about in 2017. Oh, double headbutt there.
Scoop power slam, body slam by Gabriel Kidd.
Oh, second row moonsault, Dave, here it comes. Oh,
he's got him. This is what he did before. Into the triangle lock. The triangle lock from Sabre. Elbows into the skull of Gabriel Kidd. He's going to have to tap. He's going to have to tap. Sabre Jr. seconds away from the internet title. Kidd. Can Kidd possibly survive this? Well, what is he? Kidd's on his feet. Oh my God!
Oh, look at the strength of the champion, Dave, down with a powerbomb. And Gabriel Kidd is still in this one.
How impressive was that? What power! While under extreme pain from Gabriel Kidd. We said that when Kidd won the internet title, maybe his moment had come. Maybe he had finally arrived in the pro wrestling world as a real player. And that might be what we're seeing unfold here in Toronto. Sabre Jr. has been taken to his limit. Look at him, exhausted. Were you expecting to see this?
Well, I said about cardiovascular conditioning, but there is one elephant in the room, and that is the damage that has been done to Zack Sabre Jr.'s body. Maybe that's paying a toll, but clearly not. As I say it, the opposite happens. Look at this.
Using his foot to kick into the head of Gabriel Kidd.
God, this guy's incredible.
Every single part of Zack Sabre Jr.'s body is a weapon.
Oh, he's got him in that kamikaze crash. Rolling Samoan drop. Up onto the second. Could this be all, Dave? And he hits it.
Moonsault by Kidd. The cover. He gets two. And oh, it wasn't enough. It wasn't enough, and if you're Gabriel Kidd, what more can you throw at the technical wizard?
The champion in a state of shock and awe, but he needs to regroup, recover, and fight back quick, because he has the biggest challenge he could possibly have here in Toronto. Zack Sabre Jr. and the challenger is still in.
Sabre Jr. checking these various body parts that have been assaulted here by Gabriel Kidd. He's still in one piece, but barely, as Kidd continues this offense. Sabre, German suplex.
Look at the impacts of that German suplex. No bridge, all impact, and he does it again.
Second time.
Oh, God.
God, a kick across the chest. Kick it down one. There's a statement. Here comes the PK and a penalty kick from Sabre Jr. to win the internet title, and again, Gabriel Kidd kicks out.
Oh, and Gabriel Kidd, Zack Sabre Jr. just... Oh,
he's got him, caught him, small package.
Oh, God!
And Kidd beats Sabre Jr.
And still, WCPW Internet Champion,
How many other kinds of World Cup have you seen where a penalty kick makes all the difference? Well, that's exactly what happened in this Internet Championship match, because as Zack Sabre Jr. went for his third, and as he probably fought final penalty kick, it turns out the champion played dead, went for that small package, got it, and that was the end. The champ retains.
Gabriel Kidd came to Canada as the underdog against arguably the best pro wrestler in the world today, and somehow the internet champion has left victorious. What a story here in Toronto. And Sabre is livid that he got caught in that small package.
And it's amazing following the growth of Gabriel Kidd like we have, particularly from that first match with Sabre Jr. to this one right here. What a story and what a contest. And we're not done, and neither by the looks of it is Gabriel Kidd.
Well, Kidd is gesturing to Sabre Jr. to come back into the ring for what I hope is going to be a gesture of respect and nothing else. Well, hang on, Sabre Jr. is still on the border here of boiling over with rage at that defeat. Oh, Sabre, look at him. Look how angry he is. Sabre's got the internet title, but he didn't win it. It's the second time he's tried to. Second time he's been unsuccessful.
Zach, that's one and one. I don't know when, I don't know where, but someone's got to win this thing. Me and you one more time, what'd you say?
Sabre Jr. being offered, I should say, a rubber match, so to speak, with Gabriel Kidd after they are one win apiece against each other. A huge upset here for Gabriel Kidd as he retains the internet title. Well, coming up next, the second round matches in the Pro Wrestling World Cup. But these fans in Toronto believe, and they did not give up on Gabriel Kidd.